What's good, gang? We back with another reaction. What's good? What's good? What's good? Shout out Iceman in the building. What up? Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. I appreciate the love and support, man. It's Monday. It seems like it's almost like it's like the first Monday, like back to work. I don't know. Today feels a little bit different. It's been super. I heard the weather was pretty crazy out there for a lot of y'all, man. So make sure y'all stay safe out there. The ice out here has been crazy, but let's get into it. All right, man. So we got another video today, man, from the homie Fantastic Hip Hop. Now, some of y'all say he's a certified Drake hater, right? Some of y'all say he's a certified Drake hater, but he definitely puts out consistent content, and we've reacted to him a couple times on the channel. So we definitely want to go ahead and tap in with him today. This video is called Why Drake Just Dissed Kendrick Again and Everyone Hates Him for It. Now, in that song that was uploaded, deleted, and then uploaded again under the title Fighting Irish, there was a couple of jabs that I took from that. I think the rabbit out of the hat bar was definitely aimed at Kendrick. But I did kind of question why. Like, why did we drop the song now? Why didn't we drop this song you know, during the beef when it really had a lot of legs? It didn't really have a lot of legs when he dropped it. Could tell he still had braids. The setup of it was different. I didn't know if it was supposed to be like a different sort of like creative approach. What up, Ash? What up, Hudson? What up, Ty? Yo, my boy! Shout out my boy Cuzzo Ed for the 10 gifted. Sheesh. Again, shout out to Cuzzo Ed, man. I appreciate you so much, bro. I'm trying to make that smaller. Thank you, man. Another 10 gifted. We got 10 new members, man. 10 new members. Make sure y'all say thank you to the homie Cuzzo Ed in the chat, man. If you guys haven't done it already, he just blessed y'all with a membership. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to Tamra, Grim, Toast, JL, Zelda, Edit Your Name, Chef Cassie, D-Dot, Thana, and Carmen Lowry, man. Again, shout out to you, bro. Thank you. I really appreciate that. As always, W gifted. All right, let's go ahead and get to this video from Fantastic Hip Hop called Why Drake Just Dissed Kendrick Again and Everybody Hates Him for It.
Just dissed Kendrick Lamar within a way that we have not seen from him in quite some time. As to kick off this new year in hip-hop, instead of ranting on streams or whining on social media, Drake has actually gotten back in the booth and has released a new song where instead of switching genres or languages in an attempt to try and just run away from everything that Kendrick Lamar did to him and represented, now Drake is once again trying to take him head on with nothing more than his bars and a beat from Conductor Williams. And now, as this marks just in a few days the second full-on record that is dissing Kendrick Lamar to come out this year, and this is from none other than Drake, what is clear is that the rap game is running around and trying to find a way to take down the undisputed champion of everything, and really with Drake here.
I do find that kind of interesting, because I seen something about, I think it was 21. I seen something about 21 dissing Drake, and then to have this drop, I still don't necessarily understand the timing. I wanna understand a little bit more about that. What up, Stephanie? What up, RMS? What up, Jeopardy King? What do you say? Fantastic Hip Hop be on Drake neck, bro. He does not give up. He does not let up.
Seems like he's trying to specifically do is after seeing how every single way he tried to make a comeback just failed miserably. Whether that was releasing more music, switching genres, or trying to be a full-on streamer. Now Drake is trying to get back in the rap game by poking Kendrick enough to the point where it gives him the attention that he would otherwise never get at this point. But now before we dive into every single diss Drake throughout at Kendrick here and why he is saying all of these things at this very moment, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with this new track from Drake, which is seemingly titled Fighting Irish, right in line with everything else he has done ever since he lost to Kendrick Lamar within a fashion like we have never seen before. This song is very emotional, and Drake is showing that his feelings did really get hurt bad in this beef, but instead
so another thing like I saw, right?
Clown. Drake is
another thing I saw in reference to that track is how hurt he was, and I said that immediately. Like as soon as the track was, as it was playing, I said, "Yo, he seems so hurt." And one of the things I was seeing after going through a couple of the different reactions and seeing everybody saying, I thought he wasn't bothered. Like I thought he was, you know what I'm saying? Like he was never affected by anything that happened throughout the beef. And through listening to this song, you really get a chance to see he really did feel that way. Boy, how the tables have turned. In the beginning, his fans said Kendrick was using Drake to get back in the game. Now it's like he's using him. That's what everybody's saying.
He's at least putting this sadness and bitter feeling of loss back into the bars directly, which, hey, after somehow managing to make every single wrong choice for almost an entire calendar year, this is somewhat of a step in the right direction. And now with Drake actually presenting himself within a way that somebody who calls themselves an MC always should, for better or for worse. He does say a lot here, and seemingly does two main things, which the first one is to try and justify the crash out he has been on and why he's been acting like the biggest fool in music right now. But then also, and in the greater sense, he is trying to get back in some sort of musical conflict with Kendrick Lamar, because for the first time since Family Matters, Drake is actually flipping Kendrick's bars from his diss tracks to try and dispute them, and instead of just denying everything in the strangest way possible like he did on the Hard Part 6, Drake is somewhat on the offensive here, despite how weird it is that he is doing this all of these months later.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's what we said already. Like, he did definitely answer for some of those things that we had questions about. But what he didn't answer was why so late? Why at this current point did you drop that song? It didn't really make sense. Still doesn't make sense. Does anybody, listen, if you're watching this on a playback, I typically like to ask a question throughout the stream. Why do you think he took so long to drop the song? Why do you think he dropped it when he did? It almost to me seemed like the last bullet in the chamber that he had been holding on to. Like, if that was the nuclear weapon that he was holding on to, it didn't do the job. But if I'm him from a PR standpoint, I think maybe I want to get through 2025 without continuing this, so I can regain some of my like my aura back. But then when you jump out the window, it just, like he said, it seems like bad decision after bad decision. I don't know. Let me know why y'all think he dropped it when he did. Not the bully, now playing the victim. Can't make this up. And he not even owning it. Leak dissing is weak. Yeah, I heard they say it wasn't sneak dissing, it was leak dissing. I don't think he wanted this to drop, to be honest. Really. Conductor put it out there. It was on plot twist though. That's the only thing. Like, it was on plot twist on his YouTube channel. That's why I reacted to it from. So whenever plot twist drops something, to me that is just Drake dropping it, but not dropping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Shout out to Ariel Smoke, man. Why is my stuff not going off over here, man? What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to Ariel Smoke for the 2, man. I appreciate you. A zesty manifesto from the Bussy Bump. Oh my God. That's nasty work. PR stunt, testing the waters, reverse psychology to make Kendrick look like a bully and he's the victim. I don't think that, yeah, you might be right. I don't think that's working. It's definitely not working. People not looking at Kendrick like a bully.
Drake starts this track off by admitting that during this legendary summer that was going on in hip-hop, he just completely missed it, which I guess is his way of saying that he never delivered those summer vibes that he promised after the beef, which I mean, I guess some self-awareness is better than nothing. From here, Drake immediately gets back into his delusional bag as he tries to call out Kendrick and find ways to discredit and diminish his win, as after framing himself as the victim of the entire music industry, he tries to discredit everything with bars like "the world fell in love with the gimmicks, even my brothers got tickets." Which, now the first part of this bar,
and then this is where I started to piece it together. When he said even my brothers got tickets, I knew what it was. I knew it was LeBron. I knew it was Derozan.
Is of course trying to say that everything Kendrick did against him was a gimmick, and that's just trying to underplay what all of it meant and represented in the greater sense of hip-hop and the music industry as a whole.
Did y'all think anything that Kendrick did was a gimmick? Drake called it a gimmick, but I think it was an answer to a call. In my personal opinion, I think it was an answer to a call saying that he can't make music like that. He can't make dance catchy music. He only drops every so often. I think it was just a call to action. It was a call to action. I don't think it was a gimmick at all. I guess he wanted to see if the pity party is dying too. Aubrey Soft dropped this to check the temperature. This is not it, Drake. I don't think Drake can call victim after 15 years of unopposed shit talking. It wasn't me. That's crazy. I think he's testing to see how UMG reacts to him dropping music. He probably wants new music to drop to perform for his tour. Yeah, because what is he gonna perform, right? No gimmicks from that side. Yeah, what is he gonna do?
Which I don't even have to go into how pathetic and wrong of a statement that is, and really for Drake to even use this angle is still showing that he is trying to rewrite and revise history in his own delusional way instead of moving forward. But what's actually showing us something new here is in the second part of this bar, where Drake is referring to all of the people who turned sides on him, and specifically, people who he once considered friends who he thought would never leave his side, which includes names like LeBron James, DeMar DeRozan, and James Harden, who all seemingly chose Team Kendrick by going to one of the greatest shows of all time, which of course happened right after Drake took his L with the pop-out. And now with Drake actually being a little introspective here and reflecting on how he felt within a way that's actually human, this part is not bad in isolation. But of course, when you remember that he has already shown how he's felt about guys like LeBron James and DeMar DeRozan turning on him, as he has already done things like unfollowing guys like LeBron, and in the case of DeMar DeRozan, he crashed out at him in person when he went to the Raptors game, which was
it just looked like he hurt. Everybody brought up the fact that when LeBron and when Bronny got out the hospital and Drake brought them up to the game. I've said this before, where I don't think that Drake is necessarily like wrong for feeling like, wow, bro. Like what? Even with DeRozan, like what? I don't blame him for it, but I also don't blame those guys for doing what they did either. I just don't. I feel like it was in LA, man. DeRozan was gonna be there. LeBron played for them. I don't really understand the Harden side of this whole thing, but I don't feel bad. I don't feel like he shouldn't feel that way. I don't feel like you should feel like, damn, bro, like after all the stuff but I do think that it coming out the way that it's coming out with like the hurt feelings behind it, it doesn't seem very masculine, and that's not to say that men can't, share their feelings. I just think from a person who has been in Drake's position for that long, I wouldn't think that he would do that. That's basically what I'm saying. AI Pac was a gimmick. That was a gimmick. They keep failing to mention K-Dot got off his international tour in March 2024 as well, but no one ever mentions the fact that they act like he was at home chilling. Facts. Crushing the Mad City War. All Bron did was dance. We literally don't know what they know and what they have learned about Drake. Playing victim is what's taken my empathy that people may have had for him. That too, right? I could definitely see that. Aubrey thinks you can buy loyalty, but it has never worked that way. And I've been saying that, especially when it comes to DeMar. Now, when it comes to DeMar, it's different, right? When it comes to DeMar, the loyalty was with the West. We already knew that. I don't think there was really much that you had to say about that. But you can't buy LeBron. I don't care. I guess I'm not pocket watching or nothing like that, but you can't buy LeBron. Salute. What up, Classy? You can't buy LeBron. And that's an issue. When your money, it's like you can little bro everybody else, like the Aiden Rosses. You can little bro all the ones that ain't really seen the type of success you have or have the loyalties to the people that you have the loyalties to, right?
Was just so embarrassing. Altogether, when you see the real-life way that Drake handled these things, it really does take away from the moment and just makes Drake seem more pathetic than ever when you know the reality of how he reacted as opposed to how it's portrayed in the lyrics. And now beyond these lines, where things in this track really pick up and get a lot more intense, especially in terms of Drake just sending a clear signal for Kendrick Lamar to come back down and diss him again, is in the second verse, as Drake here really codes this entire performance to not just be written with language and subtle cues that are flipping terms that are associated with Kendrick Lamar and his side of.
There's a comment right here that I wanted to read. It says, what if LeBron's wife told him to move away from Drake? I'm sure. But I think LeBron just isn't dumb. Also, LeBron just isn't dumb. There's a lot of unfavorable opinions swirling around the person that you have been known to be connected to. The empire is under attack. Move away. He might not even have needed that, but I could see that being a thing too. When will these men pick up the phone? I love that. Who said that? Glowy. I know it's an international call, but damn, WhatsApp is free and you don't have to turn on video chat. When will they just pick up the phone and talk it out?
The hip hop
Never.
world as a whole.
Hey, do me a favor. Double tap the screen. Hit that like button. We got almost 150 million people in here and less than 100 likes. If you guys don't mind hitting that like button, I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel too if you guys are new, man. We like inching closer to 22K.
But what's most important here, and if this track makes any sort of impact or causes any sort of reaction, it will be because of this, is the section in this verse where he says, who's got the most to lose and who's in that other position? See no conversations, boy, I hope they got double encryption. I hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions. This pulled a rabbit out the hat and y'all love a magician. Drake is addressing a lot of things as he sets this moment up with the first...
Yeah, I think during the live, what up, AC? During the live at that point, I didn't consider that he would be talking about the lawsuit on wax like that. I just didn't think he would. He's doubling down on a lawsuit. He's literally doubling down and saying, yeah, I did. I am going through a legal proceedings with y'all. Like, what? I didn't think he would double down on it in the way that he did, but he did. And he's like, who's in that? Who's got the most to lose? And who's in that other position? I guess it depends on how you look at that. Because I would think that Drake has a ton to lose.
And y'all love a magician. Drake is addressing a lot of things as he sets this moment up with the first bar, which is undermining Kendrick Lamar and making him look like this bigger and more important figure than he will ever be. Which again, when we look at Drake's performance here, this is another one of its failures because I don't know why he is going about this same strategy again. Because his ability to not see Kendrick as an equal is one of the most vital factors to why he never even stood a chance in this beef, because his own failure in judgment made him underestimate one of the greatest and most competitive rappers of all time. But now after saying this, no matter how delusional it may be, he sends out another warning to Kendrick and his camp about how he hopes that they have been covering their tracks for everything they have been doing to seemingly manipulate the entire music industry and hip-hop world against him, which again...
Yeah, that part... where it's almost like empty threats. It's not almost like empty threats. It is empty threats. I don't think Kendrick would even continue to move the way he would if he had dirt on him, he wouldn't have moved that way. But the threats of I have a red button, I'll push the button. To me, it would have been more damning to just put out the info. Just put it out and let everybody and let the court of public opinion shit on Kendrick for doing that, if he did, right? But how many times has he pulled out something that he knew or that he had information about and it fell flat? That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it's an empty threat. You know? Drake couldn't buy LeBron, so he used admiration instead to win him over by getting that tattoo and writing songs is a form of manipulation. Oof. JB, Kendrick was white. Kendrick was right. Drake is a master manipulator. Petty leak dissing. That's it.
This is just a diss that is derived from Drake's straight delusions, and very similar to the Heart Part 6 where Drake just lied to try and sound tough and act like he knew more than he did. This just seems like another rendition of that horrible tactic, but the stakes do get even higher.
Hey, I love it. I love it when we on the same page about things. I love that.
Here, as then Drake says, I hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions, which is the first time we are hearing him address his lawsuit on a track. And now the message that he's trying to send with this line is showing that he both hopes he can win this thing to save his career, but then he is also mocking Kendrick with this bar simultaneously by saying that he hopes the truth doesn't come out because that will ruin all of the success that Kendrick has had in this moment, even though with all the evidence presented and with the fact that we all lived through this moment and just saw the people get inspired by something Kendrick did like nothing else in hip-hop has in years, no one believes anything Drake is trying to claim about Kendrick and the success of Not Like Us as a whole. But now adding even more lyrics aimed in response to Kendrick in this track, Drake officially answers back to some of the biggest disses Kendrick threw out against him on the song that changed everything in Meet the Grams as he tries to explain that he doesn't have a drinking problem, but then kind of admits he does have the problem, but then...
This bar pissed me off. He's like, I don't have a drinking problem. I don't have an addiction. What? I don't have a drinking problem. I got a subtle addiction. Is that what he said? Or is it vice versa? I was like, huh? It threw everybody off. What are you talking about?
And ultimately justifies it by saying it's subtle. And
Wait,
then trying to
what?
cope even more with all of this and wherever he's trying.
I got a slight addiction. Wait, you said that bar flew over our heads? I'm going to give you a second to explain it. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't understand him not having a drinking problem, but having a slight addiction or a subtle addiction. Maybe I just, and I'm cool with not understanding it because I'm human. But let me know, Elysian. Let me know how you understood it, and then maybe we can follow up and understand if that's what we understood as well. Subtle addiction. What do you mean? Is he saying he subtly sipped the liquor? And then he aired Dennis' business out about having another kid. Right. So then it became, is that girl that we seen, is that Dennis's kid? So I don't know. Yeah, but I would love an understanding. Having a subtle addiction makes zero sense. And look, that's why I'm not trying to, like, I really am trying to understand. I don't want to flame nobody. So I don't want nobody to flame this person or nothing like that. But I just want to know what their interpretation of, if we would be willing to provide it, if that bar flew over all our heads, what it really means. Yeah.
And to go from here, he then says, I got my father's habits and my mother's permission. And then again, making this entire section in response to Kendrick even more confusing. He builds on this saying, my dad got another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. And here, Drake is directly flipping Kendrick's lines about him having some serious issues, but with the way he goes about it, I don't really think this is the flex he thinks it is. And with the last bar here especially, he is seemingly expanding on Kendrick's claims about him having a daughter by then saying his dad had another child.
So, but that was also another way to throw the heat off of him, right? That was another way to throw the heat off of him, because just recently I was like, I still believe the daughter rumors, but if that was it, and you're the breadwinner, right? You're the cash cow for the family. If somebody came out and said, bro, you got another daughter out there, I'd have been like, Pop, look, chill. Hey, that's his daughter. That ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. But then to leak that on a little like throwaway track that we hear 4 or 5 months later, huh? If that's his daughter, I'd have been like, hot, stupid. That's his daughter. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Come on, bro. But we dropped that bomb in a throwaway bar, low key. I told her that wasn't my sister.
Which then I guess is trying to deflect that bar just away from him and not his father. Or at least that's really the only way this bar
Wait. My bad. I missed that part.
Goes about it. I don't really think this is the flex he thinks it is.
It's
and
not.
With the last bar here especially, he is seemingly expanding on Kendrick's claims about him having a daughter by then saying his dad had another child, which then I guess is trying to deflect that bar just away from him and not his father.
Right.
Or at least that's really the only way this bar makes some sort of sense in the context it's written in. And now with all of this...
Wait. What was the part about his mom?
This entire section in response to Kendrick even more confusing. He builds on this, and again, making my father's habits and my mother's permission.
I got my father's habits and my mother's permission. Okay. I feel like basically in this bar, because and when it dropped, I wasn't necessarily super sure. I got my father's habits and I got my mother's permission. To me, that sounds like she lets me be me. She gives me the pass to do what I want, which is cool. But
away from him and not his father, or at least that's really the only way this bar makes some sort of sense in the context it's written in. And now with all of this, which together includes Drake trying to intimidate Kendrick with his litigation and then sees him responding to Kendrick's disses on Meet the Grams by saying everything he said is still kinda half true, all in all, while some people are going to be impressed by this and claim that Drake is back because cadence-wise he is rapping coherently over a Conductor Williams beat, when you actually try to break down what he is saying and see the things he is trying to flip, all while once again trying to call Kendrick Lamar an underdog even after he has overtaken him in every single category possible.
Hey, you
all this
cooking
song really
fantastic
is
hip
the
hop.
same story with a different presentation from Drake, and as he is still showing that he has learned no lessons from this beef whatsoever, and really that even despite losing, he is still using the same angles and losing strategy to try and make any sort of comeback, and even beyond all of these things, making this song even more jarring, another question we have to ask ourselves entirely is why do all of this now? I mean, when you put everything into perspective, Drake is already lost, and the actual back and forth of this beef is over in terms of diss tracks being...
So, in response to why he's doing this now, maybe there really is just no rhyme or reason, because I don't understand it, right? Like, I don't understand why you drop it now. It's a month before the Super Bowl. It's not a big enough song to create waves. Even telling by the views on I feel like once people heard it once, they didn't really care to hear it again. So I don't really understand why. It just seems like I got this in the tuck. Just I want to let y'all know what I was thinking or what I'm feeling or how I feel about all of this. Because even again, we had to try to figure out when he cut the braids off, and because he had braids in the video, so he recorded this and sat on it for months, no Diddy, and then dropped it. Somebody told you not to drop? Basically, it sounded like somebody told him not to drop. Like, don't drop this right now. Because I guess it would have kept it going if he had to drop that song. What up, Deontay? So Sandra been undermining-ish.
Put out. So really from Drake releasing this song where he is just ranting about a reality that he could have tried to fix way before this, but didn't. Yeah. All in all, while this song may be a bright spot for him in what has been one of the worst career runs both on the mic and off of it that we have ever seen from a rapper, this song is still nothing special as he's not pushing the needle forward. And really for Kendrick, if the goal of this song was to create just enough attention to get back in the conversation with him without being directly engaged in a full-on back and forth, well, Drake still failed at that because really, what does Drake say here that makes Kendrick need to come back out and prove something to him once again?
Does Drake respond? I mean, does Kendrick respond? Chat? What up, yo? Does Kendrick respond? Does he feel the need to? To me, however subtle, I say do it. I don't think he will, but I say do it. Oh, you want to go back and you want to try to change? You want to try to change history? Oh, that's not your daughter. That's your dad's daughter. You don't got an addiction. It's so contradictory that he could go back and do it. I don't think that he will. I will say that. I don't think that he will, but I think it would be amazing to see the foot still on the neck. I'm not letting that ride. I'm still going to tell you what's up. Port Antonio, the ruler's back. This Drake leak, all one listen tracks. Very true. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's going back to listen to that again. You could tell by the views, even on the reaction videos. Once they heard the song and they heard a couple of different people talk about it, it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't finna be something that we replay and listen to over and over again and dissect. And I agree with Fantastic Hip Hop when he says it's a bright spot. It is. It's the best offering from him since Family Matters. Yeah, best offering from him since Family Matters, that's his own personal win, right? He got to find some wins some kind of way. He's rapping like old Drake. You know what I'm saying? He's addressing some of the issues. He's kind of letting us know what he feels, how he feels, right? No, that's just like going back in the ring when you already won. They do rematches, though. He said no round twos, but they do rematches. Kendrick on vacation till the game time. He needs to let the character of a mob rapper go and continue to make people dance and wave their hands. Ain't no round twos. What he's doing is giving Dot more bars to add to the deluxe. I agree. 1,000,000,000%. I agree. It's like, stop providing the ammunition. Just go back to making dance songs like y'all said. I don't think he will right now because he has too much that's lined up for him. What would be the point for Drake stands to switch it to Kendrick dragging it now? They said that from the beginning, though. I ain't gonna lie. They were saying that from the beginning. Okay, Elysian. Thank you. I was waiting to see if you responded. Wait, no. Okay, so okay, I see what you're saying. All right, I promise if Kendrick dropped to replace that Drake dropped, y'all would have made sense about why he dropped, when he dropped, and how he dropped. Y'all pure glazing Lamar. It's disgusting, but no hate on Dot. Okay, I respect your opinion. I don't necessarily understand that aspect. I promise if Kendrick dropped to replace what Drake dropped, y'all would have made sense about why he dropped and how he dropped. I really would like to hear what you're saying so I can understand it, but I respect your opinion either way. That doesn't sound like an explanation of why that bar went over our head. People need to stop using the term glaze in the place of people just speaking the truth and the obvious, and only because they're not willing to accept it and acknowledge it. That's I agree with that too. I think people say you're glazing when their side is clearly on the losing side, because nobody would accept it. But it's okay. Like I said, this is a place of everybody say whatever they say what they want as long as you're respectful. He doesn't know his own identity. He needs to go away and find himself and then come back. I agree with that too. Bro still ain't explaining why his. That's all I want to know is how that bar went over my head. That's it. I just want to know how it went over our head. Cap, we did the same thing when Dot dropped them black Air Force Ones. Facts. Right? But Kendrick didn't. So what are you talking about? All right. Respect.
Because of course, Kendrick has already won the beef, he has the Super Bowl, he has an entire stadium tour planned, and he has the most successful rap album out right now. So really with Kendrick controlling everything right now, and Drake responding back to a few lines from a song that dropped over a half a year ago here, this is just another confusing move from Drake. But now what's really interesting is that as more rappers are coming back onto the scene and coming at Kendrick, and what's also interesting is that from Joey to Drake to even with J. Cole's 7-minute drill, they all dissed him over beats that were from none other than Conductor Williams. Well, maybe something is going on in 2025, and because of all the power Kendrick Lamar has, we are now going to see more MCs than ever, from Drake to everyone else, just try to pull out everything they can in their power to stop him from becoming the undisputed GOAT. And so now with all that said, let me know. What do you think about this new track from Drake, and what do you think this does to help his image right now in this time where he has been on one of the worst runs of all time? Now, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this, and if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
It helps me out.
Shout out to this honestly, sometimes I feel like Fantastic Hip Hop kind of really just goes in on Drake. I don't think he went in on Drake. I think everything he said was rooted in some sort of truth, and at least had some of the same thoughts that we all had when we listened to the song. My thoughts about this entire scenario is that Drake needed to get this off his chest, which is okay. Drake needed to clear some things up that he felt like he needed to clear up, which is okay. Things that I don't understand is the timing of him dropping the song and some of the bars that y'all hear my dog out there. Some of the bars. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I got a German Shepherd in here. That's some of the things I just don't understand is just some of the bars, like the addiction bars, the throwing it on your dad kind of thing. So I would have liked to have understood that a little bit more. I do think that it's a brighter spot for Drake in a sense, where this is the best song we've gotten from him in a while, but still that same behavior. The behaviors haven't changed at all. None of the behaviors have changed. Everything has stayed the same. Let me get to some of these comments. If you guys have made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. But let me get to some of these comments. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. What's the opposite of glaze? A hater? Glaze is a new buzzword to throw at people to win an argument. Yeah, I see that too. I see that too. I never use it. I feel like I hate that word. I can't see past the lawsuit. Sorry, I'm from the Tupac hit him up era. Respect, Momo. The timing was terrible. Classy, I agree. They should have left to wear glaze at the Krispy Kreme factory. What Kendrick had out there was more like what Cole was doing with his release. If everybody's talking about that, it's older music though. Kendrick didn't drop new music and then pull it. It was older music that was just like, it's all older music that you can find under different names if you just look for it. That's the only difference. There's never accountable bars, is what they said. It's the new year. He figured it. He figured to start it with a bang, like Cat Williams. That too. Do you think he can bounce back? Bounce back is from a fan from a fan standpoint. If his fans will believe that he bounced back, 100%. If he has like a successful album and he goes on tour and that kind of stuff, his fans that he still has will think he bounced back. I think it's an L. It's a continuing L for people who are not fans of Drake. Anytime he drops, any show he does, anywhere he goes, I don't necessarily think he'll ever bounce back in the eyes of someone who's not a fan, because he's doing more things to continue his streak of L's. The way he moves, the Derozan stare down, all of that stuff is like cemented in history at this point. So I don't necessarily know if he'll bounce back from a like a both sides standpoint, global standpoint, where both sides would agree, okay, he made a comeback and we all rocking the Drake again. I don't think that'll happen, but y'all let me know if y'all think he will. Hence the tattoo he has of LeBron. I heard all those dot songs years ago. I'm mad they leaked them. I was the only one with the exclusives. No reason for Kendrick to respond. Respond to what? Whiny lies, victim rhymes. I think, like I said, I don't think he will respond, but I think I would like to see him respond. And if he did respond, it would reaffirm dominance to the people, not to himself, because I know he knows he's the better artist, but to the people, it will reaffirm dominance. That's what I think. I think LeBron told LiAngelo Ball to drop the song. Oh my God, that was terrible. I think he comes back and wins round 2 if they do it. Ooh, Deontay, that's an incredible take right there. I love to see it. I'm here for it either way. She should respond exactly. She should respond exactly. He responded to GNX. All his friends are doing is digging a deeper hole for him because they're feeding into his feelings. Ain't no round 2s, my boy. All right, guys, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, guys. I read a lot more comments today. We got a little bit more time. I think I got another video I want to get out for y'all, so I want y'all to turn on the notification bell. I'll probably have it up in like 5 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and do that one too. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for pulling up today and hanging out. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. Like I said, I hope I earned your sub today. We did a real deep dive. Listen to this one. Shout out to him again for putting out a great video. Make sure y'all go sub up to him and support him as well. But I have another video coming up, so I don't want y'all to. I got another one coming up after this one. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We got almost 250 million people in here. Can we get 200 likes? I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all in about 5 minutes. I'm out. Peace. Oh, wait. Thank you to all of the new subscribers, all of the new members, and anybody who donated. Thank y'all. I forgot to say that. Thank y'all.